Hey guys, and welcome back to the 415 podcast with your girls, Miss B and Kita.
Hey girl,
Hey,
what you doing?
never listened to this podcast.
What podcast?
The 415 podcast.
Yeah.
With Miss B?
And Kita.
Oil. I got you. So somebody said, yours was made fresh.
Y'all know when I got mine. She said she was making it for her coworker.
Sorry.
I don't think she was sure she wanted to say my name this time.
Right. I was about to be like, I don't know.
That's funny. I got her back so good last week. Oh, that was good. Because, when it's my turn.
And Kita.
When it's my turn, Kita, get to say her name. And when it's her turn, she get to say both our names, and I don't get to say my name. So I'm like, dang. But I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. But I'm going to get her back. That was clutch.
Boom, pow, baby.
How y'all doing? Listen, Versus was last week. That was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot, y'all. For real.
Oh, I didn't see it, so I wouldn't know.
All I know is everybody was in the chat talking about something. Why I got a headache after that? Because it was a lot. Fat Joe was on 1,000, 1 trillion. It was just so extra from his side. Ja Rule was really trying to do what he was trying to do, which was to get his flowers. Fat Joe brought up like the Fire Festival that, was a flop. I'm just like, man, let him live. He didn't apologize. And probably had to pay all the people back. I think he had so many lawsuits out. I don't know. But dang. And the one thing that kept getting on my nerve was Fat Joe kept saying, Ja Rule ain't got today's hits. He's like, yesterday's hits is not today's hits. But I'm like, you don't understand the assignment when it comes to Versus. Versus about classics, old jaints, that's still relevant. And Ja Rule was just saying like, what do you mean I don't got music now? Like, it's not even about now because yesterday's hits are today's classics. I was like, tell him. He's like, my music freaking brings people back to their high school, college.
But what I do with my baby?
What?
The lady.
I'm the singing rapper. Everybody know that. You can't even crack jokes. It's kind of like it was kind of like 8 Mile. Remember when Eminem came out and was gonna say everything that dude was gonna try to come at him with? That's what Ja Rule said. Yeah, everybody know I'm the singing nigga. I'm the singing rapper. That's it. Y'all know that. But that's what makes him him. So yeah, and then fast forward to oh my gosh, the drama from Fat Joe, all the mess he said, calling people crackheads and all types of dusty bees and broke and they need to eat. They ain't got this. Like all the people that come up under me, they rich, they got big houses. Like what? Maybe that's not everybody's going to have a big house. Maybe they good with having a nice little family house, with 4 bedrooms. Maybe that's cool. You don't gotta have a daggone mansion. Like you ain't gotta do all that.
You gotta do what? You gotta do what?
You gotta do all that.
You gotta do all that. You gotta
do all that. You ain't take all that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, talking about what? Like we said on last week, your success ain't mine. Okay? Let me do what I'm gonna do.
Success, honey, because my success is going the way it's supposed to go. For me.
We about to drop that right there. Success. Okay, don't be trying to tell me how I need to roll. No, that ain't it. So yeah, Shanti came out. She was it was like tug of war for her because she was being pulled by Fat Joe, and she was being pulled by Ja Rule, and she was being pulled by Fat Joe, and she was being pulled by Ja Rule, And then, Remy came out. Remy was looking fly. I was like, okay, I like the little black and gold. All right. She had a whole bubble coat on, but I was like,
I didn't like the bubble coat with that.
I just felt like it was. I just
like
the
summertime, darling.
But they always doing that. I never understood that, but I get it. They trying to like I don't know, whatever.
Nostalgia? I'm confused. Like,
I mean, I was waiting to see Tim's because I thought Fat Joe had on Tim's, but I don't think those were Tim's. I think those was
that's
like high
just a
top
given
sneakers or
to
something.
see Tim's on a New Yorker in the summertime. So like,
I never.
That's normal.
I'm like, it's mad hot, but that's it. That's the New York way.
That's
Fine.
the normal way. If nobody else can rock it, and you could try to rock being from the South wearing Tim's in the summertime, but you just know when a New Yorker do, you be like, yeah, look at it.
It's a different kind of swag when it comes to that. You feel me? Like only certain people.
Different.
That's it, y'all.
How you wear it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I mean.
Yo, don't sun me, son.
No, son,
Yeah, but Versus was Versus. And then Diddy, did he talk about some? No, sorry, JD. You can't go against me. I gotta go against Dr. Dre, and then everybody talk about some Diddy. You got some nerve talk about some all the money you got because you ain't paying people. You still owe people money. I'm like, ew.
But he forgetting JD got hits under his belt. Like
he do.
He got hits.
He got the whole
like
estate.
Don't try it.
He got the brat. He got
don't he got 112?
Is that him?
Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. I think it's Jagged Edge.
Then he
112. 112 was Diddy.
Chris Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bruh.
What's the guy name?
The Brat. Come on.
Oh
brother.
gosh, Extra Bow Wow. That's his name. I'm like Extra dude. What's his name?
Wow. You just don't know that way you move so fast across the floor. I mean, you run through my mind and it gonna take Oh, sorry. Woo, child.
Keita's on level.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, but I'm serious. Like I think it would be a good matchup. I mean, I feel like Diddy and Dr. Dre is a completely different. In my mind, is different unless he's doing like Biggie stuff. But I think JD and Diddy would be a better when it comes like the type of music. Because I feel like Dr. Dre stuff is mad hard. Mad hard. So yeah, I would see maybe him and
Only than it with my sis. Oh no, that was Easy. But Dr. Dre was still around during that time.
Dr. Dre, what the guy name that everybody's scared of?
Suge Knight.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a better.
Ain't nobody scared of you, Suge.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, that's Versus. This week, what number is this? 163?
163.
Right.
Episode 1. Goddamn it, episode 163. Did you hear that?
That used to be my bus number.
Listen, did you hear it? Episode 163. Not 50.
Moving right along.
Not 25.
Moving right along.
163.
I think we vets in the game now.
Ooh.
Yeah, we need that vet money though. Somebody, anybody, sign.
Help.
Sign us.
Anybody. Help.
Oh man. So, Trigger Man.
It's the Trigger Man. A Trigger Man.
That's what we're talking about.
We're talking about P.S. to the mother P.T.S.D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That we want to talk about. Those triggers, and post-traumatic stress disorder, right? And when you think about that, you always think it has to do with, those from, in the military. And to be honest, it can happen in any area of life. So it's like anxiety and flashbacks triggered by, a traumatic event. So it could have been a car accident, could have been, in our case, in a couple of years, it's probably gonna be COVID. Or when somebody say 2020, that might be a trigger. Because 2020 was that was just the word or the phrase, I guess. His numbers, but phrase. Because they read it as
sitting around your kids somebody, your grandchildren, they're gonna be like, so grandpa, grandma, what happened in 2020? 2020.
Baby, go
2020. Let me tell you what happened.
Bring that whole bottle. I'm gonna tell you a little story.
Let me tell you about a story how it all went down in 2020. The world was going on as normal. Until March 2020.
Lord.
March 2020 will be the month of that year that changed everything from here on out. From then on, well, yeah.
March the 12th, 2020 was the last time I took a bus. That's the last time I commuted to work. That, I'm telling you. So yeah, that is a post-traumatic event, I would say.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about like the triggers, from those crazy events, and how it kind of plays into your day-to-day and how you cope. Do you just brush it and just keep it moving, or do you try and determine what is the cause, what is the core of it?
So I'll go first.
She raised her hand.
So I can kind of speak to this because I'm experiencing this, right? So you get to a place in your life when you're thinking you're healed, right? You're thinking that everything's cool, whatever issue that you may have experienced, whatever trauma that you went through, you're like, okay, I think I've got over it. I can move on with my life the way I want to, right? Not knowing sometimes, instead of just saying, okay, I'm healed, some of those things you really swept under the rug, right? You swept it under the rug because she was like, it's no big deal. I'm not bothered with it. Sweep it under the rug until something triggers and that rug is exposed.
Now, the something can be a word,
an action, a person, or whatever. Something
a smell.
Yeah, right. So something can trigger whatever.
A sense, I should say. Right.
Can trigger whatever you thought you got over. And now everything is now out and open, and it's you expose yourself, right? I've experienced that. And what do you do when you come to that point, right? Do you say, hey, I can either take accountability for what just happened, or I could play victim and say, you caused me to be like this, or what you did, your action made me react in a certain way, right?
So blame the other person.
Blaming the other person. But no, it's really all that person did was expose your weak point. Or that word exposed something that you weren't really fully healed from. And now is the time to take accountability for, okay, so what do I do going forward? Do I sit with this and say, hey, why am I, what happened for me to react in this way? What is the root cause of the problem? And what is it that I have to figure out, sit with, understand like, okay, it's okay, but this really wasn't that person's fault. It was because of what you dealt with before, what you didn't really fully heal from. And now is the time to say, hey, I'm going to take this time to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or I address or identify the root of the problem.
Keyword identify.
The root of the problem.
Root.
Because that's something we don't do. And it takes a mature person to say, hey, I'm going to sit with this and understand and figure out why did I do this, because that's not something you want to carry on you don't want to carry that same trauma all the time, because it comes back and it messes things up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be a big person, a mature person, mature mindset to say, hey, I got to figure out what this is, because I can't do the blame game. This is on me. Me. Not nobody else. Me.
Like in those Asian movies.
Right. So with me, I have to realize, well, certain things, it's that little girl. And because she's seen the same stuff over and over again, it's like, oh, okay, it's the same cycle, the same cycle. And as soon as somebody do something or remotely do or sound the same that you've been through, and that may not have been their intention, but you automatically assuming, oh, snap. So now you're trying to get ahead of like, yo, Will, what you weird? What's this? You just and
the other person probably looking at you like,
what the hell is wrong?
What
the hell is wrong with you? The hell's what's going on? It's like, hey, come back. Come back. The fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it takes a break. Also, it takes a bigger person on the other side to understand, like, hey, they just not just because you had a moment, they're not like, oh, I know I can't,
writing you off.
They're writing you off. It's like, no, I understand. It's okay. And
there's not a lot of people out there that would, kind of react like that. They would really take that thing to heart and be like, you know what, motherfucker, crazy. I'm skating. Ain't looking back, neat. Oh, this how it's gonna be? Oh, hell, hush. Nope. So yeah, it does take a bigger person, more mature, somebody, a seasoned person. Who understands. Yeah, that's real. I think for me, all my triggers is work related. I'll be like, oh, they be like, dang, she really be taking work to heart. Sure do. Key to brush that thing off. Oh my gosh, work be killing, because I spend more time at work than I do home.
Listen, I brush even it off like this. I'd be like, child, you got time, honey.
Well, I blame it on 2020. Look, that's gonna be the blame for everything. I can't, me personally, I can't have fun. Okay. I still ain't, I went here, I went there, but I still ain't been outside, but triggers is real. For personal stuff, yeah, I know who can push the button. So I gotta kind of prepare myself to not react, because I know what this person's gonna bring. If that makes sense. I know every time I get around this person, it's a trigger for me. So instead of me continuously reacting the way I normally would, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I already know. I'm expecting this. So my response is this: blank stare and silent.
Blinks.
Because I refuse to keep pushing myself back when I for real believe that I'm over it. But, like Keita said, there's certain things that may trigger it. So maybe it's not that person. Maybe it's some scent, some action, something. And again, you have to look within and try to drill down into it and really work to fix. So I'm trying to figure out what would the steps be in fixing? How do you get over a traumatic event? Is it even possible, or will you always have PTSD? Yes, they say go to therapy, but for the people who are just not trying to go to therapy, or maybe they went to therapy and it's not working.
So this is how you don't necessarily get over it, right? But this is why I said it takes a mature mind, because even though I know I had a moment and I'm looking at myself like, hey, what happened? Why is this like this? But I've been practicing that with other moments I've had. You have to start practicing it. So it's like, if somebody says something to me, or because I used to feel a certain way if somebody always be like, Kita, did you do something, or did you do whatever, and I have to check myself. I'll be like, why do I feel like this? And I'm like, yo, I'd be like, because inside my temperament wants to rise, and it's like I really want to go off and be like, who the you talking to, son? And I have to be like, no, shawty, calm down. That's not even why you feel like that.
That's why she don't be responding back to me.
It's a lot of people I don't respond to. Because listen,
I ain't talking about other people. I talk about me on the Kita and the B.
See, this is the thing. So in my somebody may say, yo, Kita, why you ain't da da da? In my head, I feel like you're yelling, but you may not be yelling. So I have to be like, yo, calm down, son. Like, yo, chill.
I'm gonna send her a voice note instead. I ain't gonna send a text message.
Like, I'll be like, chill. And I'd be like, but it felt like they was yelling at me, you know? Like, I don't do good with people yelling. I don't do like yelling at me. No, it's not saying that people yell at me, but it's just, to me,
raising voices, yeah.
You yelling your voice at me, raising your voice at me. I'm just looking at this shit like, yo.
Like, who are you?
Like, who the fuck is you talking to me like that? You know? But
yeah,
I have to sit with that and be like, why are you mad? You mad over somebody asking you, did you do something? Did you do something? Knowing that you probably didn't, or you did. And then sometimes if I don't respond back, I'm going to fact check myself and be like, did you do this? And I'm like, yep, I did it. And then I respond back. Simple as that.
Like, she knows she did it, but she got to go double check.
Right.
See why they asking me.
Like, why are you asking me this? And I know I did it. Or if it didn't happen, I got proof of why. God damn it, it didn't happen because this, damn it.
Well, why you didn't tell us about this, and this, dang it? Then we won't be bothering you. See?
I don't know. But that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I said, certain things you just once you start, you have to get in the you have to start practicing sitting with your mess. And not just throwing it under the rug, throwing it over your shoulder. Like, I get to this when I get to it. No, when that arrives, sit with it at that moment. So you're like, oh damn, I know they didn't mean it like this, but why do I feel like this? And you could be like, oh, because this reminds me of when my mom used to talk to me a certain type of way, or my dad didn't, or my auntie or grandma, whoever. You can sit with it and be like, this ain't got nothing to do with them. This ain't it ain't them, it's me. And there's something in me that's making me feel real bad and shitty about it. And I just gotta, I gotta get it together. So it's not always that person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They just, all they did was just tap on whatever emotion you had hidden and was like, hey, you ain't fully healed, shawty.
Right. And just like I said, COVID or 2020 is going to be a PTSD or traumatic event. But the Dallas Morning News put out an article yesterday just talking about how to turn your pandemic PTSD into post-traumatic growth. So people are really talking about this. It's so funny. Like, we really be on the stuff. Because you want to turn your frown upside down. You don't want to have to keep going through the same thing every time. a certain action or scent or sound. That's a big one. Sound. We forgot about that one. Because I think sounds too, especially people in the military.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You probably just pop like a balloon or something, or them little things they put in the boxes to make sure nothing swishes around. You pop one of them things that gonna trigger somebody,
right.
So it's just like, you just have to understand, like, okay, there's gonna be certain things that's gonna remind me of what happened, but it's not me reliving it. So I have to, maybe there's something that you can do on your own, maybe be around that noise for a bit. I don't know, be around that scent, I don't know, and try to dig deeper to try to work through it and make it be less of a traumatic, thing. Yeah, I don't know. They say that it goes on, PTSD can go on for months or years, but I think, every person's different. So it's kind of hard to really figure out, how to kind of get over it. Even I don't even know if you can. I'd love to meet somebody who's gotten over it. But I know certain, what do they call it? Certain areas of the military have it differently, different experiences. What's the one that has the worst? What's the second
branch?
That one, the branch, yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I would assume Marines, child.
That's what I thought, yeah. I dated one. Like, it was quick.
I know why.
Whoa, that thing, man. We met in church, which is crazy. Man, we went to one event, and all I know is it was a sound or an action, and I saw the other side, and I skated. I bolted so fast. I said, no, I want no parts. No parts, because they got, like, I saw red. I said,
yeah.
Skated. And you was a twin. And your twin passed.
Oh yeah, he got a lot.
A lot. So I say, you know what? I got it, that thing quick. I think we went on, I want to say it was 1.5, because I skated after that. You drive yourself to events. You don't ride with people. You drive yourself so you can be out when you need to be out. Okay? Yeah, that was it. But I'm just saying, like, seeing the red flags and knowing, what to do with that. I think it's important. But then you have people who, like how you said, there's some people who are just big enough and can really handle it. But I think that's certain cases. Like a case like the one I just went through, I don't think anybody can try to sit around.
Especially if they aren't aware. It's a difference. It's a difference when you're aware and you're coming into a situation blind. So if y'all would have had more conversations, he was like, hey, I got PTSD. So if I hear certain type of noises, it kind of triggers me and it sets me off. So you can kind of be like, okay, and you may not see it. Then one day, all of a sudden, he hear a noise, it goes off, and you're not surprised by it. You're kind of like, okay, just let him have his moment, let him chill. Okay, cool thing, whatever. But if you don't know and you heard the goddamn somebody engine backfire, and no, I got to go because you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me this.
I remember the outfit I had on that day. That was like a little piece of trauma,
right? And that's the thing, because I can understand why he wouldn't want to tell nobody that, because PTSD, you think people be like, oh, you crazy. No, everybody can deal with PTSD. But the thing is, you being vulnerable, you're being able to be vulnerable with somebody to let them know how you deal with life. You know what I'm saying?
These are some questions we need to ask.
Right. So
in early stages. You got PTSD?
Hey, I mean, there's things that people can't deal with, and there's things that people can, and you just have to know how strong you are to deal with certain situations, because everybody isn't strong enough to deal with everybody's stuff.
Got that right.
They're not.
Got that right. Especially when you have your own. Come on, you're
right. When you have your own stuff, child, let me tell you.
That add-on is not it.
But it's always good. Like I said, it's always good when you can deal with your own stuff and you say, okay, I can deal with my own stuff. I know I have to sit with this, and then somebody else comes along and they have their things, because everybody is another thing. Everybody got issues.
Got that right. Nobody's
perfect. Nobody's not dealing with anything. Everyone is not completely healed, because there is something that somebody can trigger and they don't even know. And they're looking like, whoa, what is this? We never talked about this. So you have to be able to, like I said, you got to be big enough with yourself to be like, okay, I haven't dealt with this before. Where has this come from? Where did this come from? Right.
And I think, not to cut you off, I think some people bring baggage, not knowing they bring baggage.
Right.
Into relationships, friendships, all that stuff. Yeah. They gotta tackle it. You gotta tackle it. Take ownership, like you said, accountability, and work toward. We know it's not going to be an overnight sensation. Okay, it's going to take time. And if you feel like that root cause or that root thing is causing you not to be able to, kind of connect with other people or be able to build something with somebody, don't force yourself to be in a relationship. Don't do it. Work at it. Because then that's going to be extra baggage. Baggage claim. Trigger points, trigger moments. Whew. So if you don't know what they look like, those are the things that make you blow up for no reason, even though there's a reason. Out of nowhere, you pissed off or you going left. Try to remember what happened right before that happened, and you'll know. Sounds, scents, actions, words. That's big. Words. Hand gestures, which is probably an action, but yeah. So check them, and you'll know. But that's all I got. Know your trigger points. And if you don't, figure that out. Stat, like the doctors say. Yep. But we got a YouTube channel, y'all. It's 415 Pod. You can search our little hashtag, or you can just search the 415 Podcast. Okay. You can find us there, like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, help us. Look, we trying to be discovered too, because like we said, we seem to be vets in the game. So it would be nice, to be signed to a network. Take this thing on the road. Speak that thing in existence.
You feel me?
Come on, name and claim.
No, I'm talking about.
That's it. Because we have, people, still hitting us up like, yeah, I was just listening to this other thing and that caused me to go do some research. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening and watching. Yeah. But like I always say, be kind. It don't cost nothing. Go ahead and smile. Ding. It's your girls, Miss B and Keita.
We out, y'all.